Good day, guys. Welcome to another episode of Break Free. If you want to get in contact with our channel, you can go at Break Free Stephen SA. I'm here with a wonderful guest, Tobin, with his company, Tradecraft. We're gonna put this information on the show. So yeah, if you guys have any questions for him. So Tobin, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Good to be here.
Okay, so just give us a little bit of background about yourself and
with regards to the journey, I'm actually a scientist by qualification, but this was sort of something that I picked up. You know, I was a student. I had to pay my own studies and everything. So yeah. Basically, about me, I sing, play piano. I can sing. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, we can.
Your voice a bit strong. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can sing. I choose to dance, and then design was sort of something that I picked up, and I have enjoyed it.
Okay. So let's go. We're gonna go a bit back where we started. Where did you go? Like primary school or high school?
So they used to call me a bit of a purdy boy because I went to school.
Not pervert boy,
Purdy. You know.
I just want to make sure because
no,
pervert.
No, purdy. Right. I went to school I went to primary school at Van Petersen, Locals, right? And then I went to high school at Malden High School. So I've always been outside of Atlantis. Yeah.
Okay. How was your years on schools? Is there any interesting stories?
It was very interesting. You know, coming from Atlantis, there was always this perception of you, right?
Okay.
You being a colored in a white school. So they always expected less of you, but I showed them. I made sure that I was at least top 3 throughout my school career, yeah. Primary school specifically, and then high school. I was serious about grade 10, and then afterwards I was like, okay, I'm not really gonna try anymore. But I was still in the academic classes.
Did you do any sports?
I did sports. I played a bit of cricket. I played rugby. I played soccer. And then I was in the drama team as well.
Okay, so you did a bit of acting as well.
Lots of plays. We competed in 2011 at Grand West. So they have this competition, right, with all the high schools. It's called the Backstage Jam.
Okay.
Right, and we entered that year and we won.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it was interesting. I was into sports, but I found acting and performing more of my thing, basically.
I want to know, like, I don't know about acting.
Yeah,
I'm trying to act here. I don't know about acting, but
all actors.
I want to know, like, the script and stuff. Like, if they give you a script, like, how long does it take for you to get to memorize? Is there a lot of cuts you need to do? Because that is like most like live. It's not like you need to do a pre.
So obviously we practice for months on end. We practice the whole year, actually. So if you are the main lead, you have a big script, right? And your script is in front of you for, say, the first 2 or 3 months, and after that you have to know it off by heart. So it helps. Acting helps with your retain lots of information. So yeah, that's it.
So if you say by heart, like, I mean, like,
out of your head.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, you wake up in the morning, you have to script while you're brushing your teeth, watching. I'm talking about like that.
Like some actors have their own way.
Yeah.
You know, some people will record it on their phones and then play it.
Yes.
Play it while you're sleeping. Others will put it everywhere. So you're in the toilet, you're doing your thing, and it's like, okay, Shakespeare in your head. You know, so every actor has their.
But what was your method?
My method, I was mostly I didn't have that many lines because I was still young at the time, so I didn't have to do much. I basically just had to act silly. That was my
That is
my
probably the
role.
best.
That was the best. That was the best because you can improvise, you can do your own thing. So yeah, just
Okay. Okay. After what like after school, did you know beforehand like what you're gonna study? Like you said, you was like a scientist.
So you know, in grade 7, right, you have the career day, right?
Okay.
So I went as a forensic scientist. So I knew since small that I wanted to be a forensic scientist. I used to watch CSI, NCIS, Law and Order,
Yes.
all those different shows, right? And I knew every single episode up until the point where I got to matric. I applied. I originally wanted to go to WITS, right? Because
Okay.
they have forensics as a course,
Oh, okay.
right? But I got into UWs, and little did I know that my course actually was forensics was a branch of my course.
Oh.
So in my final year, I did forensics as a module. Basically.
Okay. Like in that phase when you did your studies, obviously there was a bit of financial and stuff
Oh,
like that.
absolutely.
Is there where you got it involved with your?
Not actually. It was mostly after COVID. So how I started with design and things like that. I used to do video edits.
Oh,
right? So
okay.
I was a promoter, and they would always ask me to do the edits. But that time I wasn't getting paid. So it was like, because I'm a promoter, I can do this. I always offered, right? I always offered. So that's where I started, basically. And then it was actually in COVID. It was 2021 when someone approached me, said that no, you did video edits for James. That was my old boss, right? Can you do a few logos for me? So I said yes, because I needed money. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this, right? And I had to create 10 logos. The client sent me the logos that the previous professional graphic designer did, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was absolutely bad. I wish I still had the photos. It was horrible. So he gave me the background of the two different companies. One company was seeds, and the other one was CBD products, like oils and rubs and things like that. So that was my first actual experience as a graphic
Designer.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was but how was your hustle through because you said it wasn't easy to like get money for your studies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So how was the hustle? How did it start? Did you wait a period? Did you apply for NSFAS? What did you do?
I applied for NSFAS, right? But I was declined all the time. I don't know how. I was declined every single year, and my mom was secretary at the time. So there's the special how to put it, plan, put it that way, right? For government workers. It's called Marcel. So basically, a percentage of your tuition is cut off, right? But my mom retired, so I had to start paying for my own studies. I was working for Cape Union Mart at the time. I was doing promotions and I was tutoring at campus as well.
Okay.
So my whole salary of tutoring went towards my fees, and that's how I started paying it off up until it was COVID. We could only tutor online, but I was doing my final year, and it was the year after that customer actually approached me, and I didn't have money, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this. And it's been since 2021, officially since last year, consistently, and yeah, here we are.
You said you work for Cape Union,
Mart, yes.
How was your experience in the work environment as a student?
It was interesting because I did science, right? We had practicals till late. So how it would work was whenever I finished my classes during the week, that was the time I would start at work. So say my classes end at 10, my shift starts at 12. From UW's taxi to town, my city to work. Get home at 7. I'm literally on the road for 12, 13 hours every day.
But how did you like incorporate your studies? Because you were like, was it whole time?
I had to make it work. I mean, I was paying for my own studies. So after that, when I'm finished at work, come home, sit with my tasks, and we had to write massive reports. Like I'm talking 10 to 12 pages. So it was.
No, it's heavy.
It was heavy,
but it was like probably days when you felt like I must give up, or you could have felt.
Actually, I have a story about that, right? So I started during Fees Must Fall, and I don't know if you've heard about
Were you involved with Fees Must Fall?
No, I was definitely not involved. I was taken out of class if you mean involved.
Yeah.
Right? But I didn't,
anticipate with
and all of that. I was far away from that. But basically, we were at home the whole year. I think that we were at home for about 6 months, 6-7 months. So we had to self-study and everything. And it came to our final exams. I failed maths. Following year, I became a bit slapgat, so I failed maths again. And went back.
But was it just normal maths or maths?
No, it's university maths.
Okay.
Because I was in the science stream, we had to do maths. Right? She had a module of maths.
Because I know you get different levels.
Yes.
If I'm correct, I know you get different.
Now you take pure maths, no? You take it to the gym, no?
Yeah.
You pump it with steroids. That was the maths that I was doing.
The steroids maths.
I'm telling you, steroids maths, Ronnie Coleman maths, basically.
Was it like situation where it was difficult?
It was hectic. Coming back to the story, so because I was repeating maths the whole time, right?
Okay.
I was in my second year, still doing first year modules. I ended up having to write my major and maths on the same day. I failed both. I wanted to give up. I was like, I'm done studying. But I went back.
Did you go into a mode of a bit of depression?
No.
Just stress?
University or studying in general, because people always compare university and colleges. It's both here. College, I'd say college is more hectic because you have a much greater practical component, whereas university, it's mostly theory, right? You have a small practical component, but not like college. So I wanted to give up, and I was like, no, I just go back, because I only had to do that module in the second semester, so I could focus all my time in my maths. I could still go to work because I only had class like 2 or 3 times a week. I could still work, I could still pay for my studies. And when it came to the second semester, when I had to do my major as well, I was thankful to God. I passed both. But then again, when I graduated, right, I couldn't, when I finished my final year, I couldn't actually finish. Because I was doing maths, I still had a module of statistics outstanding. So I had to do stats before I could finish. But I passed stats with a distinction.
Okay.